Audio Jungle.
Man, welcome back. I am Austin. This is FanWord. We do all kinds of stuff, and we do it with you, the fans. What I'm doing today is I'm going to do a review. Go to YouTube, check out the 6th Ranger, literally the number 6, TH, 6th Ranger. It is Jake Rogers.
Shout out to the 6th Ranger, by the way.
Reviews on
Go check
the
him
6th
out.
Ranger YouTube channel. He puts together some pretty cool stuff, and I've seen some overviews, but now I'm going to literally play the entire episode, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts. The video we're going to do is called The Full Story of the Omega Rangers, Power Rangers Explained, and it looks pretty cool. There's a lot about the Omega Rangers I don't know. I think maybe I'm about to get an education. At least I certainly hope so. I'm really curious to see what he does, because it seems like a lot of folks really enjoy his work. So give him a like, give him a follow, and let him know that we sent you. He's let us know that we can review it and share with him my thoughts and FanWord's thoughts and what you guys on FanWord think about it. So let's check it out.
We all love the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I am sure you were all as devastated as I was when Jason, Zach, and Trini left the team to attend a peace conference. Well, what if I told you that the peace conference was merely a cover story, and they took on a separate mission, one of even greater importance? Well, those of you that have read the Boom Studios comics will know exactly what I am talking about. For those that haven't, you are in for an awesome story. Let's cover the full story of the Omega Rangers.
I love the Omega costumes. I mean, hands down.
Yeah, I do too. They're the best.
Super awesome.
As I mentioned at the start, original Red, Black, and Yellow Rangers Jason, Zach, and Trini all left the Mighty Conference. This always bugged me. I mean,
I bet it did.
The Peace Conference really last. Surely they would be back in a week, maybe 2, and they wouldn't need to be replaced on the team. Anyway, Boom.
So interesting that he talks about this, and he puts together some pretty obvious things that aren't widely talked about. So he's talking about, okay, a peace conference. How long should a peace conference last? Obviously, they'll be back in a week or 2, and yet we were not. Then welcome to the club. He's getting ready to talk about Rocky, Aisha, and Adam, played by Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Young Bosch.
The
all
goats.
great Rangers. But a week and a half, how long is the Ranger Conference? What you may or may not know is behind the scenes, we had a huge battle trying to elevate the pay of the entire cast and crew. The battle didn't go well, things fell apart. Half of the cast made a side deal and continued to stay on for dismal rates, and the 3 of us that chose to leave the show because we believed everybody was worth more, just a little bit more. So I could get my mom dental care. The cover story for the peace conference was how they got to write us off. If you go back and review those episodes, you only see the backs of our heads, and you never see our faces because we weren't there. Another interesting fact was that Brad Hawkins was the voice of the Gold Ranger. Well, I'll tell you this now also. In those 2 to 3 episodes where I actually was not present, neither was Walter or Twee, Brad Hawkins did Jason's voice. Just kind of a cool moment, and he's walking through this, but I don't know if he had all the details for what.
I never knew this early on when I was watching season 2 a while back, that Brad Hawkins was the one that did Jason's voice. Kind of weird that Brad Hawkins would do Jason's voice. It doesn't even sound like Jason. We all know that they didn't really left the show because they left like around 94 or something. Probably like around spring or early summer when they were filming like other episodes from season 2. Austin wanted to pay for his mother's dental care. Like, I didn't even know all of that until what he said right there. But this is how you know Hollywood is a corrupt place. Like, you've been doing this show for God knows how long. Saban was being a cheapskate. And it's just painfully obvious that he doesn't even care about the workers and his employees. It's obvious to me that season 2 was a bit of a mess, for the most part, because of some behind the scenes issues with Austin, Walter, and 3 Train, God rest his soul. But Honestly, I just feel like season 2 was a mixed bag, in my honest opinion, because what happened behind the scenes with the whole stunt crew and all of that, nobody deserves to be, treated this terribly when it comes to like pay and all of that. And another thing I want to bring up is that when Brad Hawkins did the voice of Jason, like 3 episodes or certain episodes from season 2, when Jason David Frank wasn't around, that's kind of weird because I know Brad Hawkins' voice is Ryan Steele from VR Troopers and the Gold Ranger from Zeo. But Jason, this is something that I'm now finding this out years later. Because you see, we don't really know what's going on. We don't have all of the correct information. There are some stuff that are some truth to this, but for what ASJ is telling us, it kind of makes sense in a sort of way. I mean, there are some mixed informations about what happened in season 2. But yeah, this video so far is really cool. The fact that he's reacting to a Power Rangers content creator on the Omega Rangers. But the reason why I asked y'all is, do you think the Omega Rangers will make their debut in Cosmic Fury? But I think right now they need to make their official TV debut. That would be cool if they actually did something like that. So back to the video.
A step further and made a much greater use of the characters following their initial departure.
The Omega suits are awesome.
Conference that
They
the
are.
trio attended turned out to be merely a cover story so that they could head out into space
But my hair was never that cool.
of the blue morphic emissary, who bestowed upon the 3 humans along with their new alien ally named.
So at this point, I'm literally getting an education. I've heard some bits and pieces about the blue emissary and the betrayal that comes on and the battle and I think a planet of safety or something like that. But I know very little about it. So at this point, you and I are getting educated together on this cool stuff from the 6th Ranger.
Without a doubt.
Named Kia, the powers of the Omega Rangers. They draw their powers from the 4 elements of nature. Yellow is powered by earth, black by air, red by fire, and blue by water. And I have to mention, they have arguably the best designs of any Ranger team ever.
Damn right they
As
do.
a fan of the original Power Ranger designs, I very much hope we get to see these in live action soon.
That would be cool.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Kia
wasn't I just
eventually
saying that
betrayed
just
the
now?
Omega Rangers, believing that they were not doing what was really necessary.
So I think we all know what happened in the Necessary Evil arc. Is that the blue Omega Ranger, she turned heel on the current Omega Rangers. But the only thing I did not like about the Necessary Evil arc is that the secrets was revealed to the Mighty Morphin Ranger. It causes like some drama with the Rangers and all of that. And Kimberly, she was just being a drama queen. It's like, yeah, they may have lied to y'all, but it's not like they don't trust you. They were called on to do the work in space. So why is y'all tripping? Like, I think that's one of the main reasons why I did not like the Omega Rangers. I mean, not the Rangers, but the Necessary Evil arc when Tommy was the White Ranger. I just wasn't a fan of that series, to be honest with you. But I did like their run in Power Rangers, which is way better than how they were and how they debuted in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Necessary Evil.
Various empowered individuals from their containment in order to fight the Rangers, and during the fight, Jason ends up getting badly injured. The Omega Rangers were later teleported out and saved by their robotic assistant. I'm still not 100% sure how it's pronounced. It's an X and an I. I'm not sure if that's 11.
I got nothing for you on that one. I have no idea.
She, many people in the comments have told me many different things. But for now,
I think you made some great attempts at the name because that's probably what I would have said.
Yeah.
Anyway, the robotic assistant had saved them before they headed back to Earth in order to get some medical attention for Jason at the command center, revealing their secret to their friends in the process. While Trini and Zack went with Rocky
Suits are so cool.
space to find another empowered, Jason stayed on Earth and trained with Tommy. Now at the same time, they argue about the decision of leaving the team and going into space without telling the others. Jason eventually goes back to the safe haven with the rest of the Rangers in order to stop Kia and eventually get the help from the Rangers.
Such a cool picture.
The Omegas fight
I love
Kia
that sword
and the
that
Anointed in their
the Red
Zords,
Omega Ranger
eventually
has.
defeating their former ally
I
and
might
making
draw him in the
amends with their
future.
friends before returning to space.
That's quite the storyline.
I'm not going into all of these things in great detail because
I thought it was pretty great detail.
advert for the Boom Studios comic books. I say over and over again, but I think they are truly the greatest thing that Power Rangers have ever produced.
Oh, yeah.
The stories are phenomenal.
That's pretty cool.
And even the new comic book exclusive characters are really, really cool. So check it out if you want to know more details about these stories. Continuing on. The remaining Omega Rangers then encountered the Imperial and barely managed to defeat them. So they seek Lord Draken's help as they believe he
Never knew any of this.
But Zordon refuses to hand Draken over to the Omega Rangers, so they are forced to get him out while becoming fugitives in the process. The Omega Rangers eventually enter an unknown reality and encounter another species called the Horrid. But with the help of Draken, they are able to subdue them and leave.
Definitely darker than anything we saw on the TV.
Month by month as we speak, and I will be honest, I'm not sure that I like where the latest issue is taking us.
Uh-oh.
I'll catch you up with what is happening and you can make your own mind up.
Is that a cat?
So the Rangers help save a race called
What's the thing?
Hartunians.
From the Imperials. To keep them safe, they take them to the place known as Safe Haven.
Safe haven,
While
okay.
They find that there are other species using the planet to stay safe. Awkwardly, they are there because of the Hartunians.
As they conquered many of their worlds.
That could be a problem.
Fighting gets pretty bad with Jason having to step in. However, Zack is able to peacefully end the conflict by being a very mature person and offering his own life in place of the Hartunians.
His own life.
Archon, who's another of the species that
So much darker than the series.
ends up cutting
Oh, yeah.
Zack's cheek and calling it all.
Can we all agree on one thing, that the comics are way better and darker than the TV show? Can we all agree on that in some degree?
Up cutting Zach's cheek to take payment after he's offered his life. Wow, this is dark. You know, the Yakuza, you screwed up, they took your pinky. You know, we've all seen that movie. I think any one of the Rangers would offer their life for, you know, any planet of people. But to actually see it take place and then to have, you know, whatever this guy is decide, I'm just going to cut your cheek and we're going to call it even. I mean, that's some heavy stuff. Kind of cool. I don't know if you guys have read the Omega series, and I have the entire collection. Boom Comics sends me everything. I have every comic. I just haven't read them, you know, because I live this thing called life. And now I'm thinking I may have to set some time aside. Maybe I'll read some comics online for fanware, and we can kind of go that route. That might be a cool video process. All right, so let me hit play.
I think the fans will love that.
Guarantee that there will be more problems in future issues. Before going to help Zack, Jason finds Draken inspecting a vault. Draken then asks if after everything is said and done, that he can have his freedom. Jason, of course, declines, saying that he's not even close to redeeming himself. He informs Draken that he will later be returned to Zordon, and he will make the decision on Draken's fate.
So, Draken is Tommy. Tommy's evil again. Am I keeping him prisoner? Damn it, man. Now I'm going to have to read these things.
Yeah, you
This
need
is
to,
crazy.
bro. It's a
All
lot
right,
to
here we
catch
go.
up on.
In
You ain't the only one.
Draken offers to fight Jason for his freedom.
That's
And
reasonable.
it seemed as though Jason was about to take him up on the offer until Zack calls for help and the aforementioned conflict is resolved. Apparently, Trini spends the entire issue trying to use her morpher to contact the Yellow Emissary. The robotic assistant is asking her to stop, but she's just purely relentless. Eventually, she's able to actually do it, and we get some pretty cool panels of art where Trini ends up connecting with them.
That's awesome
She
artwork.
comes
To, but only with grave news. She tells the other Rangers that the emissary informed her that the Rangers must not come, as they bring with them nothing but death.
So is the emissary a robot or is it a ranger?
Foreboding. I don't know what is.
Are we in parallel universes here?
Let's talk about the most recent issue, at least the most recent at the time of making this video, which is issue 10. We don't even get to see the
The emissaries are like the Morphin Masters, you know, whenever they morph into Rangers from different generations into one thing, you know, just to give wisdom and all of that. So, yeah.
the giant cat thing that helps out the team. We get a bit of a backstory for Yale, and to cut a long story short, the issue ends with a hint that they're
Okay, so we, you know, a cat thing as a helper. We had Megazords, Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Red Dragons. I mean, why not a big putty cat? I don't know what I think of this whole thing, though, this fan thing. Like that, is it an aquatic cat? What is that? Does it have webs between its toes? I don't know. I'm clearly going to have to read more, damn it.
trying to make Yale the Blue Omega Ranger. Yes, a cat as the Blue Ranger. A very cool cat and a very powerful cat, but it can't even talk. It doesn't make sense to me, and it's certainly not the route that I would have gone
Yeah,
down
I don't
if
like the
was writing
character.
comics.
Okay, I'm completely with you on that. We're gonna make a cat a ranger that has no dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there. I mean, the animals in Dr. Dolittle could speak. We now have a cat ranger that can't speak. It's like a train wreck. Now I've got to figure out the storyline. So I'm gonna hit play again and see what's about to happen.
And let's be honest, Boom Studios have made very few mistakes when it comes to their writing, and I 100% trust their creative team, so I for one am here for the ride.
There you go.
Okay, guys.
For now, that is it for the Omega
Rangers.
God,
Jason,
artwork's so
Zach,
cool.
and Trini.
If you want me to go into more detail on any of their adventures, just let me know. You can check out previous videos that I made covering some of the comics, if you want to see more details. But in my honest opinion, you should really just buy and check out the issues yourself. They are fantastic, and you should definitely support the comic book industry. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the Omega Rangers. Are you glad that Zach, Jason, and Trini got to continue their adventures? Or do you prefer the peace conference being the end for them? Well, mostly. Obviously, Jason has made a few appearances since. Let's discuss down below. Guys, another reminder to check out our friends over at angelgrovecollectibles.com. If you're into your rare Power Ranger or even new Power Ranger collectibles, then that is the place to go to. They're Australian.
All right, so here he's clearly plugging some guys out of Australia that sell Power Ranger toys, and that's cool. We all have people we want to help out, and I certainly don't have a problem with that.
.com. That's it from me today.
Who doesn't need help
Thank you all so much
from
for
time to
watching.
time?
May the
Power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.
All right, so that is cool. I like that he's able to really kind of fly over the story highlights without getting mired in them and give you a pretty solid overview. I think he does that well. I mean, he's got some bias towards the Rangers, and he certainly shares what he thinks is cool and what is not, which who doesn't do that when they're talking about Power Rangers? So
Oh, yeah.
I think that's not only fine, I think it's normal. I mean, who wants to read, Bueller? Nobody wants that review. Damn it! I mean, now I'm gonna have to go and read the Omega comics. I haven't read
you
them.
have
I've
to,
left
bro.
them in the packages, trying to keep them in a pristine condition. So now I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go and actually figure them out.
I think what I recommend for you to do, Austin, is read the beginning of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic from 2016 all the way up to the Shadow Grid and Necessary Evil, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers all together. Like, you'll be able to get more information from those comics than we got from y'all's TV show in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would recommend you do doing something like that, just to give you the heads up.
And put this in the comments. I would like to know, is there a comprehensive master list? Like in order from Go-Go, that entire series, which one do you read first, which one's last, what's number 44, how many are there, and how should I read them, in what order, and what are their titles? Is there a master list? If you have that, would you please post that below? I would love to see it, and I will certainly share it because I have no doubt that there are a lot of other people that would like to know where to begin and where they are in the series. Now I'm gonna have to watch some of his other videos, and I think that's gonna be pretty neat to look at. So much love, check him out, give him a like, review. I may be doing another one of his videos because I like what he does. All right,
Yeah.
Much love.
Can't wait to see
Hello,
it.
Rangers. I hope you enjoyed this full-length free video. Do you know what you're really going to like, though? It's a free signed collectible giveaway.
All right, y'all. So I think that's going to be his reaction to the 6th Ranger video. So shout out to both ASJ and the 6th Ranger. Go subscribe to their channel as well. And if you like my reaction and my thoughts, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to holler at y'all another video.